I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw. So I have to push harder. I have to train harder. I have to be more mean. I have to be more physical. I have to do a lot. I have to do everything just a little more. And I think that will definitely put me over the hump. And I'm.
Oh!
Is it gonna be a rematch, or y'all still working on it, or what's the plan?
It's gonna be a rematch.
But it's
Nine
not
times out of
outside
10,
sealed
like,
and delivered
yeah,
yet.
it's on the way.
Okay.
Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach are set for a highly anticipated rematch that promises to be even more intense than their first clash. The controversy surrounding their initial fight.
But yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight.
Has only ignited a deeper rivalry, with both fighters determined to settle the score definitively. Scheduled for June 21st in Las Vegas, this showdown is shaping up to be anything but a fight left in the judges' hands. Gervonta Davis already made his intentions clear.
We'll be getting that rematch. I think that's really big, man. If we do get that rematch on June the 21st, I believe that'll be big news, big news, big news, big news. I believe that'll be big, man. So if we can get that fight, man.
Telling Roach he won't make it to the final rounds, but Roach remains unfazed, declaring that he's Gervonta Davis.
Who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye, spit fuck around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on, ref. Can't do that.
Right. Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next fight.
No, he can't do the next.
Roach hasn't held back his frustrations, particularly with referee Willis, whom he believes made several crucial mistakes that affected the fight's outcome. From giving Gervonta Davis extra time to recover after...
I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. He caught me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, damn, this guy like super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow.
After taking a knee to ignoring what Roach insists were illegal tactics in the corner, the challenger feels he was unfairly robbed of victory.
For 12.
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like, I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to...
Hell no, he can't officiate the next fight. That was Lamont Roach's immediate reaction when asked about referee Willis.
Everyone's mind, how close is the rematch? How big will it be? How close is it to getting done?
Very close. It's in my mind, it's a done deal, but there are formalities, but it's a done deal and it's not far off. I can't give you more than that right now, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be an interesting fight. I think you got dynamics. You've got Gervonta, who's probably going to be angry, probably woken up, probably more focused than he has been, not talking about retirement. That's a factor.
Frustration was evident in his voice as he vented about what he perceived as multiple officiating errors that cost him a fair shot at victory in his first fight against Gervonta Davis.
A weight.
Right.
And coming up a weight, and you're fighting immediately the head of the class. And what you and Cannon had taught me about weight classes they are important. They are in place for a reason. So don't just sit here and just act like he was just like that. Now, he came out there and fought an amazing fight. He had an amazing game plan, and I immediately...
It is what it is, Roach said. Look at how many times he messed the fight up, the knee, letting him go to the corner to get assistance. You can't do any of that.
If Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terrence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to no fighter because he'll think it's the Tank show. So I don't know, but it should be a good.
While Roach stopped short of directly Gervonta Davis of wrongdoing, he was adamant that his opponent benefited from questionable officiating. Roach and his team were so convinced of an unfair outcome that they took action beyond just voicing their complaints.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
They filed a formal petition with the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, seeking to have the decision overturned. However, their request was swiftly denied, leaving them with no other recourse but to move forward. Gervonta Davis, what he couldn't change, Roach shifted his focus towards securing an immediate rematch.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
No, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And, what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
He wanted to remove all doubt, and after weeks of negotiations, that fight is now nearly finalized. Gervonta Davis, I'm signed and sealed, Roach confirmed, making it clear that all that remains is Gervonta Davis finalize his side of the deal. On the other side, Davis has taken a very different approach to the situation. Unlike Roach, who has been vocal in the media, calling out what he sees as officiating errors and demanding justice.
Gestor asks, what's the potential matchup in boxing you would like to see next?
I would like to see Shakur versus Devin or Shakur versus Tank. Those are the 2 big fights that I would like to see next.
Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. Who wins that fight right now?
Shakur. Shakur.
Wow.
Davis has remained relatively quiet. He hasn't engaged in public back and forths or pointed fingers. Instead, he's gone straight into training, shutting out all distractions and focusing with a different level of intensity.
People want to discredit Tank, and he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. I had a night and Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
The whispers coming from his camp suggest that Davis has taken all the criticism to heart, but not in the way some might think. He isn't interested in arguing over the first fight or justifying anything that happened. Instead, he's channeling the negativity into fuel for what he believes will be a statement-making performance in the rematch. Gervonta Davis, longtime trainer Calvin Ford said when asked about his fighter's mindset.
From what I've seen in the fight, I thought Lamont won, and I think the commission does need to do something with that knee, because if they don't, then all of us are going to think we could take a knee anytime we want. They got to do something about it. I mean, they did something about me, you got to do something about other people. Rules are rules, right? It's, I like Tank, though, personally, but a rule is a rule. You can't go and take a knee and then just expect not to be a knockdown. You can't get away with it, stuff like that.
When you say 1 foot in boxing.
That's why he's not playing around this time. No distractions, no outside noise. He's coming to make a statement. Davis himself finally broke his silence recently, making it clear that he has no intention of allowing the rematch to be decided by the judges. That statement alone sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Davis is already known for his knockout power, but hearing him speak with such certainty about finishing the fight
your fight, should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
It just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach the victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right? To keep the integrity.
Before the final bell shows just how determined he is to leave no doubts. The tension between these 2 fighters has only escalated in the lead up to the rematch. The controversy surrounding their first encounter has turned what was already a compelling matchup into an all-out grudge match. Roach feels robbed, believing he was denied a victory he rightfully earned.
To fight a fight that should be on pay-per-view.
Hell no, bro. You like almost a 30-year-old prospect, dog. Fight the best. Fight Shakur. Oh, he tried to fight Lomachenko at the end. I already know.
Davis, on the other hand, sees the criticism as disrespect, fueling his desire to put on a dominant performance. June 21st in Las Vegas is shaping up to be a night of fireworks. Both fighters have something to prove, and neither is willing to leave the outcome in anyone else's hands. Roach has been outspoken, making it clear that he plans to come straight at Davis. Meanwhile, Davis has remained locked in, preparing with a focus that suggests he's looking to deliver a definitive ending. One thing is for sure, this fight won't lack intensity. The first bout left questions unanswered, but the rematch promises to settle everything once and for all.